Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to USA Rare Coins, my YouTube channel for coin enthusiasts. Today we're diving into one of the most exciting finds where we talk about coins and collectibles, information that will blow your mind. Must watch this video to the end and the hidden treasures you might already have in your pocket. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because today's video could literally change how you look at that humble little penny lying around at home. We're diving deep into a specific and fascinating coin that's taking the collector world by storm, right into the palm of your hand, and trust me, every single coin selling from few will news. Look at your change, the same vary again. Let's unlock the treasure vault, starting with coin 10. Today we are diving into one of the most intriguing and increasingly sought-after coins in the modern United States. Coin market, the 1979-D Roosevelt dime. This isn't just any dime. We're talking about a very specific fine condition specimen that shows unique rust spring spots on its front edges, a detail that has driven up its value dramatically in today's collector's market. If you've come across one of these rare dimes or want to know what makes this version of the Roosevelt dime stand out, then stick with us, because this could be your next big find. The demand for this coin is growing faster than ever, and its value in the auction world is making headlines. Let's take a deeper look. The Roosevelt dime has a long-standing legacy in the United States coinage. First introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, this series replaced the Mercury dime and quickly became a staple in American currency. The Denver Mint, indicated by the letter D mint mark, struck hundreds of millions of these dimes over the years, but 1979 stands out in particular. By this time, the U.S. Mint was deep into using copper-nickel-clad compositions after the discontinuation of silver dimes in 1964. However, despite the mass production, not all coins were created equal. Some coins escaped the mint with small flaws, quirks, or toning marks, which today are viewed not as defects, but as desirable collector traits, especially when the coin is well preserved. The 1979-D Roosevelt dime with rust spring spots on its obverse is one such captivating variety that collectors are increasingly eager to add to their portfolio. What makes this particular dime truly exceptional is its visual uniqueness and condition. The rust spring spots seen on the front edges of certain 1979-D Roosevelt dimes are believed to result from chemical exposure during storage or contact with slightly oxidized minting. Far from damaging the coin, these distinct markings give it character, authenticity, and rarity, making it a prime candidate for high-value interest among advanced collectors. In fine condition, these markings don't detract from the overall quality. Instead, they add to the mystique and visual appeal. When you combine the crisp detail of Roosevelt's profile, the clean mint strike, and these naturally formed, unusual rust-like edge patterns, you're left with a piece that tells a story, a living relic of the 20th century minting history. Though millions of 1979-D dimes were minted, only a very small fraction have been found in the kind of condition and with the unique edge spotting that truly excites collectors. Coins showing these rare traits are exceedingly hard to come by today, especially as many dimes from this era were spent into circulation and heavily worn. For a 1979-D Roosevelt dime to retain its fine condition, along with the unusual rust patterning, it must have been stored carefully, likely discovered by an early collector or overlooked in an untouched roll. This combination of low survival rate and premium condition and visual uniqueness creates a perfect storm for high collector demand. The number of requests for such coins at auctions and collector forums has spiked, and serious collectors are willing to pay significant premiums to obtain these rare examples. So what is the 1979-D Roosevelt dime with these characteristics actually worth? Well, values fluctuate depending on condition, eye appeal, and visibility of the rust marking, but recent auctions have shown strong results. While a standard 1979-D dime in circulated condition may only fetch face value, coins in fine condition with the distinctive rust spring spotting are commanding prices in the range of $10.50 to $21,300. And in some standout cases, even $22,750 or more, especially if graded by. What's important to note is the upward trend. The market for Roosevelt dimes with unique features is heating up fast, and this coin is no exception. As collectors compete to own the rarest and most unusual pieces, the demand continues to outpace supply, pushing prices steadily higher. If you're a collector, whether just starting or already building a valuable collection, this is a coin to watch closely. First, check your old coin jars, rolls, and pocket change. The 1979-D dime is still out there, but finding one with the right spotting and in fine condition is the real challenge. When examining these dimes, use a magnifier to observe the edges and surface carefully. Look for the subtle, yet distinct rust spring patterns on the front, not harsh corrosion, but rather delicate discolorations or textural changes that set the coin apart. If you think you have found one, have it authenticated and graded. Certification can dramatically increase the value of the coin, especially if it is preserved well. And finally, keep an eye on the collector forums and auction sites. Watching the market closely will give you a better idea of pricing trends, buyer behavior, and what features are currently in highest demand. The 1979 D Roosevelt dime with rust spring spots on its front edges is a hidden gem in the world of modern American coin collecting. With its compelling backstory, visual uniqueness, and rising market value, it stands out as a must-have for serious numismatists and passionate collectors alike. As more people discover the hidden treasures sitting in drawers, old collections, or even change purses, the demand for coins like this continues to grow. If you're lucky enough to find one, you're not just holding 10 cents, you could be holding a valuable piece of American minting history. So keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe your next find will be the star of the next big auction. Next up, don't mind, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and increasingly valuable coins in the American coin market, the 1985 D Roosevelt dime, especially the rare variety with rust-toned spring green spotting on its front edges. This coin is gaining massive attention for its unique appearance, condition rarity, and rising market value, making it a true gem in the world of modern United States coinage. So sit tight, grab your magnifying glass, and let's explore what makes this dime worth so much more than just 10 cents. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946, introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his passing. The design, created by John R. Sinek, features Roosevelt's left-facing portrait on the obverse, and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The 1985 D version was minted in Denver and is part of the broader set of Roosevelt dimes minted throughout the late 20th century. While most coins from this era were produced in high numbers and intended for daily circulation, every now and then, extraordinary examples surface that defy the norm. That's exactly what we're seeing with this special 1985 D piece. What was once just another dime is now being recognized by collectors and investors as a strikingly rare variety with significant value. What makes this particular 1985 D Roosevelt dime stand out is the fine condition surface paired with distinct rust and spring green spotting along its front edges. These features are not due to wear and tear, but rather are believed to be a result of a unique reaction in the metal composition and environmental factors over time. The subtle oxidation creates an attractive patina that sets the coin apart from standard examples, and these vibrant edge tones add an almost artistic quality to the coin's appearance. Unlike typical tarnishing or corrosion, these hues do not degrade the coin's quality. In fact, they add to its charm and desirability. When combined with the original sharpness of the strike, well-preserved luster, and clean detail in Roosevelt's portrait, this coin truly stands out as a collector's dream. Although the 1985 D Roosevelt dime was minted in large quantities, finding one with this particular blend of unusual coloration and excellent surface preservation is exceedingly rare. These coins are not easy to come by in circulated conditions, let alone in such fine collectible states. Collectors place a premium on coins that display both originality and uniqueness, something this coin delivers in abundance. The demand for color-toned and edge-spotted Roosevelt dimes is on the rise, especially when authenticated and preserved properly. The rarity isn't just in the date and mint mark, but in the exceptional condition and natural patina, which makes this dime one of the most sought-after hidden gems in the numismatic community today. As more collectors begin to understand the significance of these characteristics, the competition to acquire such coins has intensified. In today's action-packed coin market, values for this 1985 D Roosevelt dime in fine, uncirculated condition with green and rust-toned spotting have been climbing steadily. Depending on the depth of color, clarity of strike, and overall eye appeal, these coins are being listed and sold in the range of $1,350 to $57,900, and in some cases even more through private collectors and online auctions. Certain graded examples certified by have reached higher levels, especially those with flawless surfaces and confirmed natural toning. The value is not just in the metal, but in the uniqueness and limited availability of this variety. For those lucky enough to own or discover one, the opportunity for a profitable sale is absolutely real and growing. If you are a serious collector or even just starting out, this is a coin to keep your eyes open for. Always examine your Roosevelt dimes closely. Look for any signs of natural toning, especially greenish hues around the edges, combined with rust-like patterns that maintain the integrity of the surface. Store any promising finds in proper holders to preserve the condition and prevent further toning unless it is enhancing the appeal. If possible, get your coin certified by a reputable grading service. It adds to its credibility and market value significantly. Attend coin shows, follow auction sites, and join online communities where rare dimes like this are discussed. Knowledge is power in the numismatic world, and being aware of trending varieties like the 1985D with these rare characteristics can put you ahead of the curve. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1985D Roosevelt dime with rust and spring green front edge spotting is a shining example of that magic. From its historical roots in American currency to its transformation into a high-value collectible, this coin is proof that even modern-era dimes can hold remarkable value. It's a beautiful blend of artistry, rarity, and history, and it's making waves in the collector's market right now. Whether you're hoping to add one to your collection or just love the thrill of the hunt, this coin should definitely be on your radar. Next up, don't mind, we are diving deep into a coin that has recently been turning heads in the numismatic world, the 2014 D Roosevelt dime, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but under closer inspection reveals its hidden gem status. Particularly, we're going to focus on a unique version of this coin that shows rust spring spotting on its front edges, a rare feature that has boosted its appeal and value in the market. So, whether you are a serious coin collector, a beginner investor, or just someone with a curious eye for rare finds, this video is for you. Stay tuned as we unpack the rich history, standout characteristics, collector demand, and real-time dollar value of this incredible Roosevelt dime variation. Let's start with a bit of history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just months after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, to honor his lasting impact on American society. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his founding of the March of Dimes to combat polio, made him a fitting figure for this iconic 10-cent coin. Over the decades, the Roosevelt dime has remained a stable presence in the United States. Coinage, but certain years and mint marks have produced varieties and conditions that stand out dramatically from the rest. One such example is the 2014 D Roosevelt dime minted in Denver, which has recently caught the spotlight due to rare and unexpected characteristics that have elevated it from a circulation coin to a collector's prize. Now, what makes the 2014 D Roosevelt dime particularly fascinating is the unusual rust spring spotting along its front edges, a feature that has only appeared in a small number of verified specimens. These spots, far from being a flaw, are now recognized as a natural toning reaction or possible environmental imprint during storage or mint handling, which gives the coin a unique and unrepeatable fingerprint. When viewed under magnification, the spring-like patterns of toning resemble delicate rust or bronze blooms, setting it apart from its more typical counterparts. Combined with the coin's fine condition, sharp details, minimal wear, and preserved luster, this makes the 2014 D dime not just collectible, but visually striking and one of a kind. Rarity drives demand, and in the case of this dime, both its condition and its distinguishing spotting play a major role in its surge in popularity. While millions of dimes were minted in 2014, only a tiny fraction of those have emerged with this specific combination of mint mark, edge spotting, and fine condition. This level of scarcity makes it highly attractive to collectors, who are always on the lookout for modern coins with natural mint-related or environmental uniqueness. The coin's fine condition classification refers to its overall eye appeal and preserved features, which further pushes it into premium territory. In today's numismatic market, this isn't just a dime, it's a story, a conversation piece, and an investment. So let's talk numbers, because that's what excites most collectors. As of the latest auction and collector data in 2025, a 2014 D Roosevelt dime featuring rust spring edge spots in fine condition has been recorded selling between $1,075 to over $2,050, depending on the clarity of the spotting and overall eye appeal. High-resolution photos and third-party grading can significantly boost its perceived value. Coin grading companies have seen a rise in submissions of 2014 D dimes for evaluation, especially those with edge toning or spotting. Some buyers are even offering above market prices to secure these specific variants before demand pushes them even higher. It's not just hype. It's happening right now in real time, across collector forums, online auctions, and private sales. If you're a collector or investor looking to add this gem to your portfolio, here are some practical tips. First, always inspect your 2014 D Roosevelt dimes carefully, especially those from circulated rolls or bulk lots. You never know what is hiding in plain sight. Look for edge spotting or rust-like toning with natural patterns, particularly on the obverse front side. Don't be too quick to clean or polish your coins. Natural toning adds value. Secondly, consider submitting your find for professional grading. A certified fine condition grade can multiply its market value significantly. Lastly, keep an eye on collector communities and auctions. Coins with this unique spotting are being snatched up fast, and values are climbing steadily as more collectors realize how scarce these dimes really are. To wrap it up, the 2014 D Roosevelt dime, with rust spring spotting on its front edges, stands as a true modern rarity in U.S. coinage. It combines historical significance, visual uniqueness, fine condition preservation, and a growing demand that shows no signs of slowing down. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these coins, hold on to it. It could be one of the most profitable dimes in your collection. With the current buzz in the numismatic world and the real-time increases in market value, this is the moment to act. Whether you're collecting for passion or profit, the Roosevelt dime with this rare characteristic is truly a shining star in today's high-value coin market. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries and market insights. Dives into a modern marvel in the world of numismatics, the 2021 P Roosevelt dime. But not just any dime. We're focusing on a highly sought-after and increasingly rare variation, the 2021 P Roosevelt dime that features distinct rust spring spots on its front edges. This isn't your average pocket change. This coin is gaining serious attention in the collector market due to its fine condition, striking uniqueness, and the rising value it commands in today's high-action auction market. If you're a collector looking to add something truly special to your collection, or simply curious about why a seemingly common coin is now worth far more than face value, this video is just for you. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American coinage since 1946, first minted to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his passing. The dime was chosen because of Roosevelt's strong support for the March of Dimes, a campaign aimed at fighting polio. Over the decades, the design has remained mostly unchanged, featuring Roosevelt's iconic profile on the obverse. The 2021 edition continues this tradition, but comes from an era where precision minting and modern standards meet unexpected variations, making certain examples like the rust-spotted 2021 P incredibly desirable to collectors worldwide. What sets this specific 2021 P Roosevelt dime apart is the unusual rust spring spotting on its front edges. These tiny rust-colored imperfections create a fascinating contrast against the otherwise fine, brilliant condition of the coin. Unlike damage or post-mint wear, these rust-like spring spots appear to be the result of environmental exposure early in the coin's life, possibly during mint packaging or distribution. The key here is that these spots appear naturally and uniquely on a limited number of coins, giving each affected dime a one-of-a-kind visual fingerprint. Combined with its sharp strike, clean fields, and uncirculated luster, this coin offers collectors the rare fusion of natural variation and mint-quality detail. In the world of coin collecting, rarity and visual intrigue drive demand. The 2021 P Roosevelt dime featuring rust spring spots falls into a special category. It's a modern coin, yes, but one that offers unexpected and organic variation that cannot be replicated. Unlike older coins where toning and patina develop over decades, this coin stands out for having developed unique characteristics in a very short time. Collectors now see these examples as standout anomalies in an otherwise uniform mintage. Only a small batch of these dimes with these exact front-edge rust spring spots have been discovered, and with time, they are becoming harder to find in the wild. The condition must also be highlighted. Many of these are still in near mint state, with the rust marking adding character rather than subtracting from the grade. That combination of natural variation, fine condition, and extremely low numbers is what propels this coin into the elite circle of modern numismatic treasures. Now, let's talk value. The coin market has seen explosive interest in modern eras, varieties, and unique condition pieces in recent years, and this dime is no exception. Depending on the strength of the rust spots, overall condition, and whether the coin is slabbed and graded by a reputable service, These 2021 P Roosevelt dimes can command anywhere from $1,050 to over $1,025, and in some cases even higher at auction, for pristine examples with vivid spotting and MS67 plus condition. Online coin forums, auction houses, and eBay listings show that collectors are actively hunting these down and willing to pay top dollars for standout examples. As demand increases and supply tightens, prices are only expected to rise. If you're a collector looking to secure one of these valuable dimes, there are a few smart strategies you should follow. First, examine your 2021 change, yes, even the coins in your pocket or coin jar. Keep an eye out for dimes with unusual coloring or edge spotting, especially ones that appear in near uncirculated condition. Use a magnifier or the jeweler's loupe to inspect for the signature rust spring spotting on the front edge. If you find one, store it carefully in a protective holder to preserve its condition. And if you are purchasing one online, always ask for high-resolution images or third-party grading to verify authenticity. Attending local coin shows and connecting with trusted dealers can also increase your chances of finding a genuine and well-preserved example. Remember, patience and attention to detail are your best tools in building a collection of rare and valuable coins. The 2021 P Roosevelt dime with rust spring spots on its front edges is a stunning example of how even modern coins can become instant classics in the world of coin collecting. With its fine condition, unexpected beauty, and undeniable rarity, this coin is gaining major traction among collectors who know that today's oddity is tomorrow's treasure. If you come across one of these coins, hold on to it. It could be a small dime with a big future. As always, keep your eyes open, stay informed, and never underestimate the value of what might seem ordinary at first glance. Next up, don't mind, we're diving deep into a truly remarkable and highly sought-after coin, the 1994 D Roosevelt dime, not just any regular dime, but a version with unique green rust patina and spring spotting on its front edges that collectors are buzzing about. With its fine condition and rare surface characteristics, this coin is making waves in today's action-packed collector market, and its value in dollars might just surprise you. So grab your magnifying glass and let's uncover the story behind this rising star in the coin world. The Roosevelt Dime series began in 1946 to honor the beloved President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the previous year. Designed by John R. Cynic, the dime has become one of the most iconic and enduring coins in American history. The 1994 D Roosevelt dime was struck at the Denver Mint and is a part of the modern-clad coin era. While millions were minted that year, not all dimes are created equal. What sets some apart from the rest is the condition, mint anomalies, environmental reactions, and unique visual effects that turn them from ordinary change into extraordinary collector pieces. Over time, certain environmental conditions have interacted with the metal in a few 1994 D dimes, producing unusual colorations and surface features, and that's where today's highlighted coin truly shines. The standout feature of this specific 1994 D Roosevelt dime is the presence of distinct green rust and spring-like spotting that elegantly marks the front edges of the coin. These rare surface patterns, formed through natural oxidation and metallic reaction, create a beautiful patina that many seasoned collectors find both fascinating and aesthetically appealing. The greenish hue, contrasted with the silver tone of the coin, adds a character you simply can't replicate. When this patina appears evenly and doesn't damage the fine details of the coin, it enhances its allure in the collector's eye. Combine that with an exceptionally preserved fine condition, and you are looking at a coin that stands apart from the rest of the 1994 D dimes in circulation. These green rust variants are considered naturally enhanced pieces, almost like nature adding its signature touch. Despite its high mintage, the 1994 D Roosevelt dime, featuring green oxidation and spring spotting, is incredibly rare in fine to extra fine condition. This specific combination of mint origin, year, and unique environmental effect creates a perfect storm of desirability. Collectors aren't just looking for pristine, untouched dimes anymore. They're seeking coins that tell a story, ones that bring historical character along with preserved beauty. That's why coins like this have seen a surge in attention at auctions and online marketplaces. The rarity of such unique oxidation patterns, especially when evenly spread and complemented by a clean strike and minimal wear, makes them extremely difficult to find. For a collector aiming to complete a unique Roosevelt dime set or build a collection of environmentally reactive pieces, this coin is at the top of the list. Now let's talk money, because at the end of the day, value matters. In the current collector's market, a 1994 D. Roosevelt dime in fine condition, featuring green rust patina and unique edge spotting, has been valued anywhere from $1,050 to over $2,073, depending on the intensity of the coloration, visual appeal, and overall preservation. At recent online auctions and coin collector forums, specimens of this kind have been noted as hard to hold on to, meaning collectors snap them up quickly once listed. If the patina is particularly beautiful and the coin shows minimal circulation wear, dealers and serious collectors are more than willing to pay a premium. There's a growing trend of demand for Roosevelt dimes with natural oxidized tones, and this particular version is one of the most prized examples in that niche. If you are a collector or thinking of becoming one, this is a great time to start keeping an eye out for Roosevelt dimes from the 1990s, especially those minted in Denver. Examine them under proper lighting and always look for unique discoloration, green spotting, or patina along the edges. When collecting coins with oxidation or environmental toning, be sure to handle them with care. Use gloves or a soft cloth to avoid adding any oils or new blemishes. For storage, opt for airtight holders that keep out moisture and temperature fluctuations, which could alter the surface further. Also, stay active in coin communities and attend coin shows where rare finds like this often appear before hitting the open market. And always remember to get your coins appraised or authenticated by reputable professionals if you think you have come across a gem, because you just might have a valuable piece in your hands. So there you have it, folks, the incredible story and rising value of the 1994 D. Roosevelt dime with green rust and spring spots. What started as a simple 10-cent piece has transformed into a rare and desirable treasure in the eyes of collectors across the nation. Its unique visual features, fine preservation, and increasing market value make it one of the most talked about coins in the modern Roosevelt dime series. If you come across one of these dimes in your collection or coin roll hunting, do not overlook it, because what you are holding might just be worth hundreds. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin spotlights. And let us know in the comments if you have found any extraordinary Roosevelt dimes of your own. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.